Hi guys, it's me Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to do a page in the Wildflower folk book. Kind of got hooked on these pages. Love this book. It's got beautiful paper and it's really fun to color in. It's from Christine Karen, and I picked this page here. Now I went with a pencil and I made a little tiny border around here. So I'm going to be doing like an inking in the background, but I only want to go so far and leave a kind of border around it. Now she's kind of in the moon and her dress is kind of attached to it. So we are going to see how well I do on this one. It might be a little different from what you've been used to seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and use some Copics for her skin tone. Just kind of a quick basic background color on her skin. So let me find the little piece of paper here and we'll just stick it underneath here as soon as we find out which page it is, just in case the Copics bleed through. So I only have the two out here because we're going to do most of the shading work with pencils. So I have the pale pink, or pale fruit pink, and the cotton pearl. So it's E with 3 zeros and E and double. And we're just going to put it down. This one all over, wherever the skin is. You notice the tip is dirty. It's from this book. It will pick up a little of the gray scaling that is on here. Doesn't bug me any. It's not transferring that anywhere onto the paper or anywhere else. Little ear there. Get her lips too. Okay, we'll just make sure we get all of that covered. Then we'll bring in the other color. I have a refill for that. I just don't know where it is at the present point. Just got back from a week-long vacation, which was absolutely heavenly. Went down to California. Hit 2 places. Went to Monterey first. Did a bunch of fun stuff down there. A ton of walking. A little sore from that, but it's only because I have bad knees. So we did a lot of walking at the piers, which was really fun. Went to an aquarium down in Monterey, which was just gorgeous. Then we went up to San Francisco. Did another pier there. I like water. So we stayed there and we went on a boat ride and traveled around. It's just a real fun outing. There we go. I want it really light, so we're just leaving it like that. Then I'm going to get the pencils out and we will get to work on some things. Okay, I got some pencils out. There are just 3 of them. I might end up with a little blue on her skin, depending on what color I decide on the moon, but I think it'll have blue tones. So we have the lightest flesh, the cinnamon, and the medium flesh. And I took out a white, well, it's a buff titanium from the luminance section, and the Holdbein soft white 501 from the Holdbein set. I have a light sky blue, but I think I will get out some Holdbeins that are light blue or get into a pastel set or something. I want really light blue on the moon. And in the flowers, I want to make moonflowers here, which are basically, what's the other name for those? Morning glory. So they're white flowers that bloom at night, and then the green foliage. And like I said, her dress goes right into the moon, so we're going to just make it part of and put some sparkles and stars in here. But we're going to work on her face first. I think I'll get you down a little bit for that. Okay. So medium or light flush first, and just go around. And put that down just like we did with the pencil. I think that might be a piece of skin there. It's going to darken some areas. Like I said, I want to leave her kind of light. See, I was talking about our trip. It was my daughter's first time on an airplane, which was fun for her. She really enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan, but that's the way it goes. You don't want to spend a whole trip driving. I'm in Washington State, so driving down to California is a couple days, depending on where you want to go in California. But I was surprised. We left here, and our weather was going to be in the 90s. And we got down to California, and it was pleasant down there in the 60s. So I was quite happy about that. Made it very nice to walk in. Oh, we took the, we had to give her the experience of the trolleys and the cable cars, the trams, the BART system. She wasn't crazy about that, but she brought her earplugs, so that worked out well for her. Just get her neck a little darker here. Not quite a few very, very nice people down there. Great restaurants, too. I really enjoyed those. Not used to eating out all the time, but good restaurants were plus on that side. Darkening the areas that are already dark. This is the cinnamon. Okay, then a little bit of the medium flesh. Back in with the cinnamon here. Light flesh. A little more of the cinnamon here. I want to bring in a little bit of the buff titanium and soften some of those areas up. Careful around the gray areas, only for the fact that it will pick up some of that gray. And bring it around. Just bring in a tiny bit more of the light flesh here. Okay, it's as light as I want to get her. Her hair is going to be light too. We're going to find a blue that will work in here. I brought out the Derwent Artists pencils. They have a lot of really light blue colors. Let's see. Pale Ultramarine. What is this one? Sky blue. This is kind of a gray blue. So sky blue, pale ultramarine, and ash blue. And we're going to do a little bit of the flower here. Brought in the ash blue because it's gray enough to cover the gray, I believe. But give it that nice little hue of blue. Yeah, I'll sharpen that to give it a little bit more of a point. And then we have like a little bud over here. So we're really not going to show up there. We have a little bud thing here. And one up here. Okay, we'll bring in a white piece of paper here. We're going to see which one's the lighter and which one's the darker. Okay, we already did the gray one. So we should probably go in with this one. This one is the pale ultramarine. Gonna get a smooth side here so I don't get lines. Oops, got that paper sitting there, so I got a line there. Gotta be careful. So you can see they're just turning a hint of blue here. That's all I really want. fact, I'm going to throw a little of that into the moon here. And into her dress. Okay, next color is the skylight or sky blue. I'm not pressing hard on this, I am just lightly putting the pigment down. I'm going to turn the book a little so I can get the blue going in the right direction. Just going to bring that up from the other side. Gonna bring this into her eyes. A little into her ear here. A little too much in that chin. Grab the pencil too much there, so we're just going to take it out and redo it. I was using the sky, not that one, wherever the sky one went, because I put it down on my desk and I don't know where it went. That's such blue. This one's the blue. Okay. We just want to add it into some of the lighter areas. She's really close to the moon here, so some of this color has got to come up into her skin. It'll also go into her hair, but we'll do that a little bit later. Okay, the other colors we used, we're also putting in her eyes, which was the, I think it was the periwinkle we used, or not periwinkle, pale ultramarine. We'll put that in there, and then we'll go with the grayer ash blue here. We'll also put that in the corners here. Then we'll get a black. Do her pupils. And I'm going back to the Polychromos for that. We have this other blue out here. What we got? It's the sky blue from the Polychromos. We're going to just add a little tiny bit of it in the corners here and bring out some of that black to both sides. Okay, then we're going to get a pen, which I'm not sure I have out. It's the Posca, and we're going to put some dots in her eyes, because we obviously got rid of them when we did the black. So we're gonna there we go. Got her some sparkle. Move that piece of paper. And we're going to bring some of that sky blue from the Polychromos into the moon. I'm not seeing that in the camera, sorry. Just outlining these blue lines. And listening to the noisy cars outside. Again, I will erase anything that goes on the leaves that we don't want there, but it's easier for me to get the blue where it needs to be before I go into the leaf. And if we want a little extra blue in these flowers, and put some yellow in there too. Okay. Okay, and we'll do the tip of the moon on this side, darker. Going darker up there just to match the darkness that's down here. Okay, and the flowers we're going to bring in cream, which has got some of that soft yellow that I want in here. So we're just going to get some of that down here at the base. It will turn the blue kind of a green, so you want to be careful with that. Just want some of that coming up. Okay. Add a little in this one, just here, there. I'm going to throw a little of this inside the leaves so they have some light in them when we get to those. And these little guys up here. Tiny. Throw a lot of this in her braids for the highlighted sections. And anywhere that's kind of light. Okay. I'm going to take some of these blues and put them in her hair, which means I should sharpen them a little bit, just so we have a sharper color hair, you know, strands instead of just a shot of color here, like I did with the yellow. We're going to go in here with the blue ash and pull that in the shadowy areas because it's the grayest color here. She's got a lot of hair. Okay, we're going to go in with the pale Ultramarine. Sky blue. These are all the Derwent Artist pencils. So it's 3 colors. Then we're going to bring in our sky blue from the Polychromos. Oops, that went down a little too low. Doesn't matter if it leaves a blue casting because we're going to do some blue inking in there, but I don't want it so dark. Just using the sharper point on the pencil just to add in a little brighter blue. Pressing a little harder just to bring in those strands a little more. Bring a little of that blue into her cheekbone up here. And her eye bone up here. Bring a little bit of the buff titanium in just to clean that little line up that I made. Okay, we're going to bring in some of the white. We're going to do it with the Holdbein and Posca. We're just going to add some highlights in this hair. This is the Holdbein Soft White 501. We'll highlight in the center of the moon up here. Some of that in the flower here too. Okay. Tiny bit in her eyes here. This is the medium flesh. Just going to add some lip color here. Not much. Green. We need some green for the leaves. Just going to bring in some earth green. Darken them down here, bring some of that color up. Try to keep it soft. I want a soft picture here. Just keep working around on the flowers. Somewhere in there is leaf veining. We'll bring a white pen in there just to give it some extra color. And then, of course, these tiny little ones get a little bit of the green down at the base or wherever you feel like putting it. They are going to get some ink in them, so just try to get pencil on there. The inking is going to be done in blue. So I have no problem going out of the lines with the green because the blue will eat it up. The only problem is inside the moon. We want to keep that light. Okay, the Holdbein white, we're just going to come in here and pull some of those lines in there. So we're just highlighting them. And it'll also smear some of that color around so it doesn't look so choppy. If you've never used this pencil, you should pick one up. They sell them just this pencil by itself. What do they call that? Open stock. So you don't have to buy the whole set to get this color, but I really like this one. If you're looking for a white. The other one that works similar to this is the Prisma white. This one just works a little better. Okay. There we go. Thinking that looks pretty good. I'm going to throw a little bit more of that sky blue from the Polychromos right in where all these leaves are. Separate those two colors out. Throw a little of that blue in these leaves too. Alright, I'm going to get the camera up and then I'm going to ink. Okay, I've put on the sticky notes. I've got a blank piece of paper. This is one we put behind the page. I'm going to kind of see what colors I can get to match these colors that I put in here. So I pulled out some blues, and let's see if I have a bluer. I don't want pink. I got blue and green. I don't want that. I don't have a plain blue one. Oh boy. Now let's see. Get some of that color out. Got some green in it, but not much. Is this the lightest color? Okay, this is Broken China. And it's a tiny bit brighter than I want, so we skip that one. Get it off. We have... Yep, that'll work. This is Stormy Sky. Gets a little more of the gray tone to it. And we'll just get some of this on this one. That'll probably work. Uncharted Mariner is that one. Now let's see about this one. Prize Ribbon Blue. That'll work. So I'm taking, this is the lightest or brightest color, and then the deepest, and then the darkest. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I got enough color in her hair, but if not, she will have some of this color in her hair. No big deal. So, prize ribbon first. We're going to go kind of around in this area and bring some of this color up. We'll put it in here. Yeah, it's going to get in her hair. That's all right. Gonna have to get a little tool over here. I know that looks crappy, but it'll get better. Just put more ink on it. Okay, we're going to go into the stormy sky. Get that mixed in there good enough. Add that in. Okay, then we're going to add in some of the Uncharted Mariner. This is a really wet pad, I believe. It's the newest. Then we're going to take a little bit of, I think the stormy sky. I think that was the closest one. I'm going to put a little in her outfit here. And the moon. Okay, I know that one kind of came off. Just do that real quick. We're going to spray it down with some water and give it some what do you call it? Splottage, whatever. Got water in here, I know I do. Come on. Okay, wipe it up. Take these off. There we go. I'm going to let it dry and then I'm going to come back and we'll do the final details. Okay, we got our white pens. Got a Posca, Faber-Castell Pitt brush pen, and a Uniball Signo white gel. One of these will work. Okay, we're going to take the brush tip, make sure it's clean, and we're going to go in kind of some of these areas that when we went over the inking could use a little help. It will pick up some of the blue ink. And it'll put a very soft, subtle inking on there. Okay, that will do that bit. We're going to take a Posca and we're going to add in some of like these little dots that we have out here. We're going to put them on the outfit here. We're just going to put some random different size spots. They're going to kind of add a sparkle here. Also, if you wanted to clean up some of these gray lines, you can just use that to do that. Or any of your pencil lines. Make sure you put some big ones in there so it doesn't just look like a bunch of little tiny dots, but make your big ones farther away. They'll show up a little bit more, just like out here. Bigger dots should be in the darker areas. Small dots can go on the outside. It'll just show up better that way. Okay, I don't know if you can actually even see that, but we're getting little sparkles in there. we're going to, I think we can do that with the brush pen. I put some white of the Holdbein on there just to get rid of this gray line, and I'm just going to go over it softly with the brush pen and just soften it up a little bit. Take this dot going up here on the dress a little bit, the color. We're going to add some hair color in, or extra hair here. We have to do our eyebrows too, but we'll get there. I'll get a pencil to lighten or darken any of those areas. If you don't want them looking just like white lines there, just darken the tips a little bit. Take any of the blue pencils that you used in the hair. Makes no difference which color you use. You're just softening up those edges. I think we'll put some dots around her face, her eyes up here. And maybe some up on the moon up here. With some dark spots, maybe we can get a few of those in there. And then we will be done. And like I always do, I'll put a picture at the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Draw little those white lines in the flowers too. If you have any questions, leave them at the end of the video and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Just a few more here. Oh, inner lip maybe. There we go. See if this will work any better getting dots in there. No, it doesn't. Okay. Like I said, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.